सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति Shanti. Shanti. We'll chant from 51. To 55.
कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः जन्मबन्धविनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम् यदा ते मोहकलिलम् बुद्धिर्व्यतितरिष्यति तदा गन्तासि निर्वेदम् श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च श्रुतिविप्रतिपन्ना ते यदा स्थास्यति निश्चला समाधावचला बुद्धिः तदा योगमवाप्स्यसि। अर्जुन उवाच स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्तस्य केशव स्थितधिः किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम्। श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते।
Do we have any questions? So before we get into the class today, I sent that message for the Gautam Jain, who is my senior colleague, my Guru Bhai. He passed away a couple of days ago. He had a cardiac arrest. So you may be wondering why I set a link like that. Those who knew him just thought, I didn't know a couple of you guys knew him. When I came to know, then I sent it so that you could. Chota hi hota hai na, fourth day ka. I sent. So he's a great, one of the senior most disciples of Swamiji, who established Vedanta USA, where one of the most successful centers of Vedanta Academy. Is one of the most disciplined, very student, mentor, teacher. In 2003, I joined Academy in 2007. I used to go and attend his classes in New York. I remember it was on 7th Avenue, 25th Street. I even dragged my brother to come to that classes. So I used to weekly attend the classes. I remember having interactions with him. I never knew him before. I knew about the academy. I used to attend classes in Hyderabad, but anyway. So he joined the academy in 95. He was working in US. I mean, he finished his education and he had 4 offers, rejected all of them and came to India and studied under Guruji and went back and established the center. A great man, great man. I didn't have many interactions, but whenever he used to come, he used to always with a big smile. He used to, greet me, greet us, greet everybody, not just me. Pleasant person. Right? Okay. That's what. So in chapter 1, thought flow is what? Arjuna Vishada Yogam. So Arjuna is worried. Duryodhana rants about something and Arjuna is dejected. Arjuna is confused. How can I kill? Then he surrenders. There's a episode of Sharanagati. Then Sri Krishna describes the immutability of Atman. Body dies. Two types of people. Anybody remembers? There are 2 types of people. Krishna explains in chapter 2. In the beginning, he explains there are only 2 types of people: Gatasu, Agatasu. Gone, going. So we can't pat on our back and say, I'm still here. No, you're going. That's what it means. And people have gone. So he says it's like that. Life is like that. And then he explains, you are immutable. The body goes. You do not go. You are Atman. The immutability of Atman. He explains Atma. And then he explains karma. Little bit here. Last couple of classes we were discussing about karma yoga. Then he explains how when you implement karma yoga, you drop off bulk of your desires. When you drop off bulk of your desires, you meditate and you realize the self and you become a self-realized soul. Sthita prajna, he says. A sthita prajna. Now the whole idea is, who is this? What is this state? What is the state of self-realization? We all hear about this. He's a self-realized soul. Ramana Maharshi was a self-realized soul. Or Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Or Nirmal Baba. Not Nirmal Baba. What is it? Nisargadatta Baba. You know, Buddha or Tyagaraja, Mirabai, Bulle Shah. These are the people we hear. Why are they special? What have they achieved? They are all sthita prajnas, meaning what? It is interesting to understand that. But we must understand that we cannot understand that state, what they have reached, where they have reached. All that we know in life is the world. Some of us know about ourselves. Not everybody is aware of their own selves. What is happening internally. The whole idea is to patch up the internal disturbance with external additions. or subtractions. This is what we are doing entire life mindlessly, trying to fix the internal structure by external additions or subtractions, changes. Very few of us understand that you have to set right the internal structure first. Now, these great souls are in a different level. It's not about internal structure at all. It's not about setting right external. They understand that cannot be done. It's not even about setting up internal structure. Their viewpoint is there is no internal structure. There is no mind, there is no intellect. There are no thoughts. So it is out of the ordinary radical thought. We are in the world trying to maneuver through this world. Everything that we know is the world. We know the house that we live in, we know the environment that we live in, we know space, we know human achievements, we know human history back to the Stone Ages. We can even project human history in the future, how the world will be even when I'm not there. The whole thought process, our entire thinking is within this periphery of this world or the universe, if you say. Oh, you can go to Mars, or my family issues, or everything is around this whole universe, right? Oh, how did it start? Big Bang. उसके पहले क्या था? Maybe कुछ और था. पूरा वो purview के अंदर ही है, वो box के अंदर है. Whatever we can think, whatever we can imagine, everything is in that box of universe. Oh, how the cells function, how the atoms interact. Oh, there's electrons outside it. There are gravitational forces, or how the white blood cells fight, how the viruses work. Anything that you can think of is within this periphery of this world or universe. Us. Now, I mean, human evolution is in this. Human devolution is in this. Other species are in this. Unknown species are in this. Unknown alien civilizations are in this. Everything that you can think of is in this. All your problems is in this. When did it start? All those things are in this. A self-realized soul is a different category. He is not a human being, I would say. For him, he says, there is no universe. Now, this is out of the extraordinary, not even extraordinary. We can't even imagine this. There is nothing as you see is real. We cannot wrap our minds around this. It is not possible. So when you talk about these self-realized soul, Are, he was a great bhakta, or he gave good lectures, we do not understand what they are. We cannot understand what they are. Is it humanly possible to beat the universe itself? Those are the questions which have no answers right now for us. Because everything that you can think of is within the periphery of our thoughts. There are no thoughts. Everything is an illusion. That beats us. That we cannot accept, we cannot understand. So when you talk about a sthita prajna, when you talk about a self-realized soul, it's just mythical to us. Even mythology we understand. ऐसे stories थे. This we cannot wrap our mind around this. Now, before we get into the prajna, anybody had a question? Or Before we get into Sthita Prajna, we need to finish verse 50.
Vivek, what is it that you said that you cannot wrap your mind around what?
This personality and their experience, a self-realized soul and his experience, what is it? We can't, because even if you say experience is in terms of thoughts. He's gone beyond thoughts. Sir, what are you saying? It doesn't make sense. What is beyond thought? क्या बात कर रहे हैं? It's just humbug, mythical.
I've heard that there is a concept of transcending thoughts that I've heard, but
We have
what
heard,
exactly is the experience and etc. I can't fathom.
वही तो ना, we have heard these things, but hearing it is not experience at all. There is no experience. It's here. We heard, so we don't know what it is. We cannot imagine what it is. We cannot understand what this man is. What is his state? What is the state of prajna? So, what we covered was verse 52. When the intellect.
No, we didn't.
We didn't cover 52? Oh, okay.
No.
51 we covered. The wise, united to knowledge, renouncing the fruit of action, liberated from the bond of birth, indeed reached the state beyond evil. We understood what evil was.
Yeah.
And then we explained that. Now, verse 52 we will cover. Twice we will chant.
यदा ते मोहकलिलम् बुद्धिर्व्यतितरिष्यति तदा गन्तासि निर्वेदम् श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च यदा ते मोहकलिलम् बुद्धिर्व्यतितरिष्यति तदा गन्तासि निर्वेदम् श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च.
When your intellect will cross the mire of delusion, then you will grow indifferent to what has been heard and what is yet to be heard. So now, see, what we have to understand is he is now coming into a state of preparatory or not preparatory, a state of meditation. Until now, he has talked about Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga includes Bhakti and Jnana. It is all encompassing here in this context. So when your intellect will cross the mire of delusion, then you will grow indifferent to what has been heard or what is yet to be heard. Meaning, when your intellect is set in a state of firm conviction, clear understanding, then you become objective to hearing means all types of inputs, including emotional and intellectual. This is not a practice. It is a practice, but it is not a full practice. The practice is knowledge. When knowledge is established, then you become indifferent, meaning you become objective to emotional inputs, intellectual disagreements, and physical inputs, sensual inputs. You become objective. Doesn't mean indifferent, you have to understand in this context properly. Doesn't mean you don't care. Indifferent is not you don't care. Indifferent is you become objective. Objective means you may be in it, not affected, or you may be out of it. Both are options possible. So you exercise your self-control and not be in that input or not entertain that emotion, Something happened and you say, I refuse to feel there, or something happens, you say, I should feel, what is this? Or some kind of inputs happen, you refuse to bow down or bog down to those inputs, sensual inputs. Or you say, let me go through that because it is needed for me, right? I have to socialize certain places. I can't be like a recluse. I'm in a society. I need to socialize. So you socialize, but you're out of it. Meaning you're not affected by it. Neither that act tarnishes you again, makes you do it again, or repulses you. It has no effect on you because you have done it objectively. Can somebody give an example? What it could mean, where you're in it, you're enjoying it, but doesn't affect you.
Vivek, you become equal-minded in the sense you just gave an example yourself. You said that when it's a question of socializing, or let's say you're going on a holiday, I mean, you are indifferent to it means whether you go on a holiday or whether you do not go on a holiday, you're equal-minded. You are not ruffled that others are going, I am not going. You
Hmm.
don't create that sense of agitation and frustration because of your inability to do certain things.
Yes, yes. So let's say you are playing, you know, business. That game is there, no? Monopoly. Let's say you're playing Monopoly with your friend, or card games with your friend, Rummy with your friend. You called your friend and you're having a good time and you're playing that. Now, whether you win or lose, now what is your intention of playing? Win or lose?
Entertainment.
No,
In
no.
that, in the case
And
when you
yes,
want to be equal-minded, it's entertainment. But
in entertainment,
yeah, but
do
when
you
you're
want to
playing with
win or lose?
money, when you're
Huh?
playing with money, then
Yes.
you cannot necessarily be equal-minded when you
So,
know you're at the losing end.
see, even if you play with money, right? It's a good friend. Your intention is to win. See, it's all our experience. It's not that it's nobody has, everybody has this experience, right? Let's say you don't play with money or you play with money, but he's your very good friend. You call him and you play. Your intention is to win. But if you lose, it doesn't affect you. That is objectivity. Or you play with your kid. You don't play with money. You play with your kid. You want to win. I mean, not really. If it's a, let's say, teenager, not a young boy, chota bacha. But if you play with the teenage kids, a girl and boy, you want to win. But if you lose, it doesn't matter. That is objectivity. You're unruffled by that. You're not upset. You just move on. You go through that experience, you enjoy that experience, you move on. So your intellect is not affected, is indifferent. When it crosses the mire of delusion, meaning you have a clarity. When you have a clarity, then doesn't affect you. When you don't have a clarity, when you get involved, no clarity means when the mind takes over the action, then there's an issue. When you go, then you grow indifferent to what has been heard, what is not. This is called self-sufficiency. You are not dependent on the external factors. This you must consciously practice as well. It is definitely an effect of establishment of knowledge in you, but you must consciously practice it. Certain things affect you, you must say to yourself, Are, it's okay. Why am I dependent on this? But you can't just say it. You have to read about it also. You have to study this knowledge. When you study this knowledge, this will help you take that stance and then say, hey, it doesn't matter. Somebody says something to you, your kid says something to you, you get affected. Alright, it's okay, man. Doesn't matter. Why am I dependent on that? Through sheer force, you must stop that habit. And that force has to be complemented with knowledge. What knowledge? Knowledge of that particular incident. That knowledge that, hey, mind gets affected. I am the intellect. I'm not the mind. See, any kind of change takes time. Takes time. I'll give you an example. See, for example, veganism, right? You know what veganism is? What is veganism?
No animal products.
No animal products. It is very difficult for an Indian to do it. But I'm not saying this is the right thing or wrong thing. Please don't get me in that discussion. I'm saying to be a vegan is difficult, meaning no milk products, no silk, no honey, no animal products, no fur, nothing, no leather. You buy a car, you have to make sure there's no leather seats in the car. That's a vegan, right? And veganism involves more also, but this is what general veganism, no animal products. So I have to give a personal example so that it looks practical to you. So to be a vegan, it was difficult, but I remember watching veganism debates for at least 3 months. 3 months. Every day I'm driving or not driving, everywhere I'm going, I'm just listening to these debates on why a vegan versus non-vegan debates. At least 3 months I did that. So, and also in those 3 months, I wanted to eat, but then I said, no, stop, no, I'm doing this, let me stop. So I've been not full vegan, but I don't buy any products. But let's say somebody by mistake, or if I go somebody's house and they put some ghee on the roti, I will not insist that, hey, don't do this, don't do that. I will not do that. Okay, chalo. But I prefer not. And you come to my house, there is nothing non-vegan here. You will not find anything. Ghee also I don't use. Nothing. So for 2 years almost. So you need knowledge in that particular field, plus you need force control in that particular field. Yeah, I want to be vegan, I can't be studying about physics. Knowledge has to be related to that. So you want to control your mind in a particular area, alcoholism, you need to study in that area. Yes, sir.
Sir, I wanted to ask you, in today's days, when you're talking about vegan, in medicines, they use a lot of animal products. So, does a vegan even deny himself of treatment because of animal tallow or something being used in the medicine when it comes to his health?
So let's say, for example, you have to have omega-3. So there are vegan options. So I buy an omega-3 plant-based. But let's say there is a critical condition of the mind, of the body, and you have to have a non-vegan option. There's no option. You have to go through it. So the intellect has to come somewhere, na? Can't be rigid. But you can't be loose also. कुछ भी चलेगा, ये भी चलेगा, ये भी चलेगा. नहीं. When there is absolutely no option, Then you get that. You go through that. Absolutely no option. Obviously, I always search for any supplements if I have to take. I'll always search for vegan options. If there are no vegan options and I have to take, I have to debate on myself and ask a doctor, is it really necessary? This is absolutely necessary for you. No vegan options, I have to take. That's where the intellect comes. And the vegan option will come in the future. So you wait. Right. So going back to when your intellect will cross the mire of delusion, then you will grow. Delusion means when you have knowledge, when you're established in the knowledge, then you will grow indifferent. So cause and effect is cause is establishment in knowledge, then you grow objective to what has been heard and what is not yet heard. Meaning what comes or what doesn't come, you become objective. Take care. Verse 53.
श्रुतिविप्रतिपन्ना ते यदा स्थास्यति निश्चला समाधावचला बुद्धिः तदा योगमवाप्स्यसि श्रुतिविप्रतिपन्ना ते यदा स्थास्यति निश्चला समाधावचला बुद्धिः तदा योगमवाप्स्यसि.
Now, this is very important. From here, we are shifting to a Sthita Prajna, which is self-realization. Hence, just before self-realization, he mentions meditation. You go, open your book, see whether he has mentioned meditation until now. 53 verses, 52 verses later, he is talking about meditation. He didn't talk about meditation chapter 1 or chapter 2, first part of chapter 2. Did he? Just check. Meditation is before self-realization. Never he has said, he has mentioned meditation until now. Only after Karma Yoga. You go anywhere in this book. The moment you see mention of meditation, before that there will be Karma Bhakti Jnana Yogas. One of them will be mentioned. We do not understand that you cannot plunge into meditation. Meditation is not for the unqualified. We are all disqualified for meditation. Because one thing, are you all karma yogis? If yes, then meditate. Then if no, you're not qualified for meditation. You don't force meditation, you slip into meditation. Meditation is an effect of karma bhakti jnana yogas. You don't meditate to get into karma bhakti jnana yogas. Meditation is done for self-realization. It's the last stage. When you offload almost all of your desires through karma yoga, in this context, jnana yoga, when you offload bulk of your desires, then you become meditative because your mind is not running around. That means when you offload your bulk, you become peaceful. When you are peaceful, you become meditative. Right now, the cart is before the horse. You meditate to become peaceful. You are peaceful, hence you are able to meditate. It's not the other way around. You don't meditate to be peaceful. Meditation is not a technique to be peaceful. Peace is a prerequisite for meditation. Now, you can meditate. It's a practice. It's good to meditate. But this is not meditation. Meditation is an art of maintaining the mind in a sharp focus upon a chosen thought to the exclusion of all other thoughts under the supervision of intellect. Meditation is the art of maintaining the mind in sharp focus upon a single chosen thought to the exclusion of all other thoughts under the supervision of intellect. Meaning, the mind is in sharp focus. Have you ever heard of mind being in sharp focus? But it's not doing it on its own. Intellect is supervising that. So here, when your intellect is the translation, perplexed by what has been heard, shall stand immovable and steady in meditation, then you will attain yoga, self-realization, union. What is it? You need a guru to make you understand this. When your intellect, she is not mentioning the mind here at all. When your intellect perplexed means confused. Intellect is confused by what has been heard, shall stand immovable and steady in meditation, not out of meditation, then you will attain self-realization. So here he is giving you what happens just before self-realization. Now this is just theory for us, but let's understand the theory. It's interesting. Mind has two movements, asthira and chanchala. Right? You heard of this? Have you heard of this? Mind has two movements, asthira and chanchala.
Don't they mean the same?
Huh?
Don't they mean the same?
No, it is
Asthira
not.
is also unwavering, and Chanchal is also kind of wavering.
No, it is not. That's the distinction here. So we all know chanchalatvam. Chanchala means mind is running from thought to thought, desire to desire. Like monkey jumping from one tree to another tree is chanchala. Asthira means monkey is sitting in one place, but it is fidgety within that place. Two movements, right? One is movement from place to place, one is movement within a place. Can you understand that?
Yes, yes.
Jump from place to
Monkey
place.
mind.
In one place, I'm sitting one place but agitated. But I'm jumping from place to place. Chanchala is place to place. Asthira, sthir nahi hai, is within a place. Two movements of the mind. So when the mind jumps from desire to desire, it is called chanchala. Chanchalatvam will be removed by karma yoga. When you work in a spirit of service and sacrifice, in an objective way, then you drop the bulk of desires, then there are not many desires troubling you to go this, do this, ये करना है, वो करना है. इसने ऐसे बोला, इसने वैसे बोला. All those things don't trouble you anymore. So chanchalatvam goes down, but then asthiratvam is there. So within the mind is unable to hold on to a single thought. Just slips. Tries to hold on, slips. Tries to hold on, slips. Now the mind is not running from thought to thought. It is trying to hold on to one thought, slips. That is asthiratva. Meditation is to remove the asthiratva. Karma yoga is to remove chanchalatva. Now, mind is a thought flow. I have to explain this in a whiteboard. I'll try to explain this. Okay, you see this? Okay. So what he's trying to say is, chanchala means thought to thought. Asthira means unable to hold on to that thought. Now, mind is flow of thoughts. Flow of thoughts, right? Mind is flow of thoughts, right? So, in meditation, so meditation is mind on one thought, intellect supervising mind. This is meditation. Now, what is happening when these great masters meditate just before self-realization is, the mind is chanting, right? What is it chanting? Let's say it's chanting Om. So it chants Om, plus once you chant Om, there'll be silence, right? Om. Mind, to sustain mind, there has to be a thought. Right? Mind is what? Thought flow, no? The thought has to run for the mind to exist. So, mind is chanting Om, and then it stops into silence. Again, mind chants Om. Thought has to sustain for the mind to exist. Om, silence. Om, silence. Right? For the intellect to sustain, there has to be a pair of opposites. Intellect is ability to distinguish. Distinguish between what? Two things. मैं ये करूं या वो करूं. Is this good or bad? That analysis is intellect, right? Ability to do that. Intellect means this versus that. And you analyze that. The fact that intellect exists means there are two things that must exist for the intellect to exist. What are the two things here?
A pair of opposites, no?
Is what? What are the opposites here in meditation?
One is Om and one is silence.
Exactly. See, one is sound, one is no sound.
Hmm.
Now, what is he saying here? He's saying when your intellect is perplexed by what has been heard, which is the Om, shall stand immovable and steady in meditation, then you will attain. So, the practice of meditation is you chant so that the mind is existing there, thought flow is there. Om, stop. Om, stop. So, mind exists. Now, the practice of meditation is first you chant it outside, Om, then you whisper it, Om, then you mentally chant Om. This is the practice, right? Even when you're mentally chanting, there is a chant going on mentally. That means a thought is going on. Now, you have to stop that thought at one time. You can't be doing this 1 hour. Om, no Om. You can't be doing that for an hour. I mean, who is this? Anyway. Now, at some time, you will stop the thought and you try to stay in that silence. When you stay in the silence, the mind is no more. Why?
No thought.
No thought, right? Somebody, who is doing this? Anyway, when you stay in silence, no mind. Why? Because no Om chanting is going on, no thought is going on. Now, asthira means you pop out of that again. Some other thought will come. You're not able to stay in that. That is asthiratam. So, when the mind chants and you stop the chant, the mind disappears because there is no thought flow. And the intellect, which was looking at the thought, Om, and silence, the intellect is observing because intellect even can observe silence because it's a pair of opposite, right? Intellect is observing the thought of Om, observing silence, observing thought, observing silence, observing thought, observing silence. Thought is gone. Intellect is observing silence. There is nothing else for the intellect to observe. When the fact of the matter is, intellect is pairs of opposites. There is no pair. The intellect is stuck in that silence. There's nothing else. So it's perplexed. It's confused. Mind is gone. There is no pair. Intellect stuck in silence. This is gone. What do you attain? Zero thoughts is self-realization. This is what he's trying to explain here. I can't explain more than this. What remains is silence. Yes, sir.
Vivek, I heard or read somewhere, if I don't remember where, they said that the text was that the interval between the two silences between one Om and silence and then the other Om and silence. That is meditation, because there is silence throughout. No? That intervening Om is there for a very brief period, then it goes into silence again.
Correct.
So I don't remember where, and I don't even know whether what I'm saying is right, but they said that interval between the two silences, that is Om, that is meditation. Is
See,
that correct?
no, meditation is single-pointed focus on one thought to the exclusion of all other thoughts. That is definition of meditation. You're talking about in meditation, what is happening? Silence, Om, silence, Om, silence, Om, silence. So as long as Om is going on, mind exists. As long as Om and silence is going on, intellect exists. The moment you stop Om, mind is gone. The moment the mind is gone, there is only silence. There is no pair of opposite for the intellect to decipher. Intellect is gone. Then you attain self-realization, which is no thoughts. Both are extinct.
When do you come to know that you are ready to meditate?
When do you come to know? You will only know. I have no answer for that. When will you come to know means when it's like asking when does the mother know it's time for the baby to come out? The mother knows.
No, I mean, can you be trained by somebody to meditate?
No, the thing is now, see, I also said that you need to meditate. You should meditate. Even now, you should meditate. You try and meditate every day. You should do that. And you will assess, you will know exactly where you are. How easy is it? The moment you meditate, all the 100,000 thoughts come. That means there's so many things going on. But don't stop. Keep doing it. It's a practice. You must keep doing it. Because you must be able to sit. You must be able to control the mind. Keep doing that meditation. And there's a time that will come where you know it's very easy to slip into that meditation. See, you become a meditative person in your daily experiences before that happens. Meaning, you go through all the life experiences, it's just you're able to digest that, you're able to assimilate that, all the ups and downs. You're able to, completely be in unison with that, pairs of opposites, good and bad. There's that process. That means you're already there. Nothing should affect you. When you're there, then you automatically you want to sit. Until then, you should sit and see, are you able to sustain that? 10 minutes, you're able to sustain that? Sit down and think. Now only all the things, are electricity bill pay karna chahiye tha. All those thoughts will come. But if those thoughts don't come, then continue at it.
But does it mean that the meditation does not depend upon your karma?
Meditation definitely depends on your karma. Because your karma will define if you have, if you are able to reduce your desires or not. Your karma will reduce the desires, na? Karma yoga, not just karma.
Yeah.
Karma yoga will decide reduction of desires. The less number of desires you have, easier for you to sit in meditation. Less disturbance when you sit in meditation. You have hundreds of desires and you sit in meditation, the mind immediately jumps.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So, looking at all these processes, which Arjuna understood what Krishna was saying, he looked at all these things, and then he is very interested now. Kya hai? What is the state of Tita Prajna? ये कौन सा बंदा है? ये कैसा है? How is he? What does he do? What does he think? How does he behave? What is going in his head? He's achieved the state of godhood. He is God personified. In effect, he's asking, how does the infinite God function in a finite human being? Body to dekh rahe hai na? So that curiosity is his next question. How does that person sit, walk, speak? We'll cover this next time, next class. Now, any questions? Okay, there are no questions. We'll chant. Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We'll meet next time, next week.
Thank you.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.